assholes. You are now fucking listening to the Two Clouded Mind Show with Kris.
What would it take for Ryan to suck a dick?
And Ryan.
Oh God, he just coughed all over me.
With special guest appearances, unique games, and contests. Give us a goddamn call. 669-241-2420. Or stalk us like your girlfriends do. On Facebook and Instagram at the Two Clouded Mind Show. Let's get fucking clouded. It's the Two Clouded Mind Show.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Two Clouded Mind Show. I just see him with that shit-eating grin on his face. What's the matter? I hate doing intros. I just hate it.
No, you're just seconds from that iconic cough.
No, I got it out right before
Yeah.
right before we came on.
Oh, you think so? But that's actually going to get still put in.
Our good friend Chris Busk always says 50-second mark is my favorite because it's just us coughing. And during COVID, it was pretty bold.
But it wasn't COVID.
It was. It was not.
It was just marijuana virus.
Yeah.
Speaking of, did you see or hear the news? This is so rude and not attractive.
What did we just switch bodies? Like,
all right, so
He was ready at 12, so now. You know.
Yeah. She actually got here at 11:30.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was looking for the gold star today, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I had
Excited
a call,
to leave.
so I did a call on the side of the road. I figured, all right, well, I might as well just keep going.
But I was looking at the news today, and you can now fly out of New York with 3 ounces of weed.
They weren't checking
Legally.
to begin with.
Well, no, they weren't checking. No, but what's funny is they made it like a stipulation: anything over 3 ounces, the cops get involved. But if you fly out of Jersey, you're allowed 6 ounces.
If you fly out of Jersey.
Out of Jersey, Newark Airport, you can walk in and get on a plane with 6 ounces of weed.
Word.
Why would you need to travel with 6 ounces of weed? Anywhere you go, really.
So can
is
we
a legal
bring?
state.
So we can travel with weed now on planes, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like edibles, all that stuff.
Well, I mean,
I thought, what's the whole thing of crossing state lines? Like,
I guess it's out the door. I guess in legal states you can fly.
we're going to Boston.
I don't know that you fly to Boston. Do you
Well,
fly to Boston?
can we drive with it?
You could take the train.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yo, Chris and I and train rides go way back.
We were like boxcar bums. We each had like a
personal bottle,
Fireball.
a pint of Fireball, and a 40 ounce, and we finished them before we got off the train to New York.
To New York. Wow.
Yeah.
We were going to a
It's
punk show. We had to.
Yeah.
I mean,
We were hungover on the way home, like
Don't say.
severely.
and we had mustard on the entire front of our bodies, covered in mustard,
Yes.
and we both had fat lips.
Chris taught me the art of stealing taxi cab stickers and Gatorades from street vendors.
What do you mean
Yeah, what's
taxi
that?
cab
Well,
stickers?
So when you're
so
in
confused.
when you're in I have stickers all over somewhere. So when you're in a taxi cab, it says it's unlawful or punishable by 5 years in jail or $250,000 to assault a New York City cab driver.
Okay.
So I have a bunch of those stickers somewhere floating around here on things.
Yeah, we're just in the back, and he's just like peeling
Just
them off.
feel when I had to commute on the train every day, I had a bunch of the Watch the Gap stickers, and they're big.
Oh, yeah.
Those are big.
They're big. I would just be like,
I put that on one of my ex-girlfriend's like backside while we were walking around the city. I'm that guy.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But anyway, we have a fun show for you. We have a dog.
Yeah,
We have
we gotta
Ash.
get her own graphic thing.
Ash the studio dog.
You've been saying that for
I just keep forgetting, and then
Yeah.
she just keeps giving me all this love, and then I don't know.
You would think it's his dog.
yeah.
She's just happy. No,
Oh.
Much love.
so yeah,
Yeah, we again we have a special guest. They're getting bangers. They're getting guest after guest after guest.
yeah. Season 3, guest season.
Yeah, it's guest season. I'm okay with that, but without further ado, I'd like to introduce Maria Chamra. Did I say it right? Chamra. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us dipshits
Yes.
and dealing with our tardiness and all that stuff. But you're cool.
I just saw examples, and They're amazing.
Yeah, I brought them in. They're really tiny. You guys want to get a look?
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the
So I
brand.
do
That is cool. So you do mini
mini paintings.
mini
They're
paintings.
3" by 3" or 3" by 5".
These are sick.
Super, super detailed.
This was gonna say there's so much detail in that. Like, I just washed my hands, but I still feel like
And
bad
it's
touching it.
Spot on too.
Thank you.
So, tell us how did you get into this, and like, where did the idea come from?
Yeah.
Have you been doing painting
Um,
your whole life? And
I've been like drawing and sketching my whole life.
Mhm.
Like my mom used to just find me like hiding under tables drawing when I was little. That's just what I did. But I never followed that like in college and stuff. They were like, you can't be an artist. That's not like a career. So I kept it as a hobby. And this was actually the first one that I did miniature. My friends Morgan and Paul, they got a camper. They quit their jobs and decided to just travel across the country and see like every national park that they could see. And they were gone for 3 years. And I wanted to send them pictures of what they were seeing on the road. So
Mhm.
I was replicating like all of these amazing places that they were seeing. And,
wow, that's awesome.
you know, but because they had a camper, I wanted it to be something small that they could hang up and it wouldn't,
That's amazing. That's very
you know, it
creative.
can
Yeah.
thoughtful.
fit anywhere in any kind of space. So that's how that started. And then people saw me doing it and they're like, oh my God, can you do like a portrait this small? I'm like, I'll try.
Yeah.
You know, it's really hard, but yeah, it's been challenging.
I bet.
So I didn't even know they made like canvas this small, or do you have to like custom make these, or they sell them?
You can custom make them, but I just buy them in bulk from Blick.
Okay.
It's a great site. There's a storefront in New York. Sometimes Michael's will have them, but I paint on anything. Like this is mainly what people ask for, but I've done it on slate and glass ornaments and like anything that you can paint on.
You ever do like matchbook art?
So that's funny you said that. I'm getting into that now.
That's amazing.
Yep.
It's like one of my favorite things
Matchbooks.
to see at like the punk rock flea markets and stuff
Mhm.
like that.
You like flip it open and there's like a little
Yeah.
portrait or something inside.
My favorite one was like a portrait of a baby on the front, and then you open it up, and there's a single match, and it says Pishkadil.
Why did you look at me when you said that?
He did.
I just looked at
Because he's gonna
everybody.
miss you.
Yeah. And then another thing about these, I feel I want to do like a little short of being a giant with like an espresso coffee and like just tiny things.
Everything
And
tiny.
yeah, and just like the struggle of the everyday life, just trying to.
There's a lady on Instagram that has a hamster and she makes tiny food for the hamsters.
Really?
Like tiny burritos. And then you watch this hamster like eat a little burrito. It's the cutest
Does she
thing.
make it on like the little tiny like kitchen ranges? Like I
Yes,
love those tiny cooking
yes.
videos. I
It's
find them
tiny.
so fascinating.
Yeah, I saw those a couple of times. They're cute.
Like the little pans.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where do you get that stuff from? Oh, I guess like
Dollhouse
stuff. I was just
things,
gonna yeah.
Dollhouse oven.
But you can cook on dollhouse stuff?
No, they like
No,
put a
it's just
candle in it.
props.
Ah.
Like a little easy bake oven.
But I thought like back in the day, like when they made those dollhouse, like way back in the day, like some of those stuff, like the appliances were functional. Or
Mhm.
they were
had, like,
made out of
light
metal at
bulbs
least.
And things,
Yeah,
and they were
easy
metal.
bake oven.
Yes,
I easy baked a lot of things.
I bet.
I've never easy baked anything. You had an easy
You
bake
should
oven?
do that for our
I
video.
have family.
What does that mean?
Sorry, privilege statement. My bad. Not everybody has that.
Wow.
What does an easy bake oven have to do with family?
I'm the oldest of my cousins. I don't have any brothers or sisters, so I had to, find other means of like, I guess, gathering with people and like hanging out with younger family members.
Right.
So my cousin was actually really big into art and like the string armband
Lanyard?
things. Yeah.
And like hemp and stuff.
Yeah, so I can make like a mean crisscross pattern.
Mhm.
But part of that was also the easy bake oven, and that was my favorite thing.
Yeah,
Because
it
I
takes
was
like
always,
45 minutes to make a cupcake.
Yeah. I was like grandma's favorite for a while because I was the only grandchild, so I would
Mhm.
always get to lick the spoon,
Oh, yeah.
And now, someone else comes along and I got to share that. But now we have an easy bake oven, so we could just do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't always bad. It was always kind of like clumpy or like dry tasting.
Well, yeah, you're cooking with a light bulb. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was still good. It was a treat.
I
So yes, I did easy bake oven, but never a chia pet.
Oh
I
my
wasn't even going to bring
gosh.
up the chia pet, but yeah, I've done both. I
Yeah.
apparently had a very privileged childhood. Easy bake oven and chia
Yeah,
pets.
I had the ghetto.
I know. I didn't know that the bar was that low.
I had the
I was like,
off-brand.
store brand like bagged cereal, but I had an easy bake oven, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, we always had store brand
The
cereal.
bag cereal, like puff,
Yeah,
puff
yeah, yeah.
rice.
Crispy rice.
Oh,
Oh, that's a phone call. That scared the fucking shit out of me.
It's gonna be Anthony.
Anthony,
Yes.
hello. Okay, it'd be helpful.
Hello.
What's going on, dude?
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, what's going on, Maria?
So what's up, Anthony? How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Oh yeah.
We can hear you perfectly. We were just talking about easy bake ovens and light brights. If you have,
Yeah, have you ever had an easy bake oven?
I probably did when I was little. I think I was always envious of kids that did.
See, same. That's where I fall into this whole conversation.
Privilege.
I didn't either.
I just found mine. I have it in my closet at home. If you guys want to like experiment.
Maybe. I kind of do.
Now, does it work? Because I always recall that when I would look for it, I'd find one, but it never worked, and that was always the
I'm
situation
gonna
I
have
was
to
running into.
find out, I guess.
We expect the full report.
Yeah.
Full report.
easy bake edibles.
Ooh, we might be onto something.
I'm down.
Rick, that's a good
It'll take
business plan.
7 hours to cook.
Yes.
But it's worth it.
The anticipation.
Yeah. It'll be like little sticks of dynamite, little pieces like
Yeah.
that you really fucked
You,
up.
you think you're high,
Mhm.
but it's really all the joints you smoked waiting for your easy bake oven to cook your
Pretty
your
much.
edible.
So Anthony, Maria tells us that you have a fun story involving a house that she painted a mural of or on. Did you
Mhm.
on?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what did she say is fun about it.
We wanna hear
Interesting
your
would be
side of
the
the
word.
story.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's two sides to every story, my friend.
Yeah. So the story is my family has owned this house since 1934, and most recently it was my great aunt's house. She lived in it her whole life, and she passed right before COVID happened. And my cousin and I, who have been in real estate, development, renovations, flipping houses, and we had the opportunity to purchase the property from the family, from the estate, keep it in the family, and so we decided to do that. And we've been kind of, going through things. And as we started to go through some of the really old stuff, like the original trunk that the family sailed back and forth from Italy, was in the house. And we started to kind of research Sassano, which is the village that our family is from. And things just kind of went from there, and we had this idea of there's this beautiful, gorgeous window, and it stares at this garage, and it's like 4 feet, 5 feet from the house. And I was out there one day cleaning out a flower bed, which would have been, my great grandmother, would have been a flower bed that she would have planted flowers in. And the most Italian grandmother thing was in there. It was a Werther's original wrapper, which is like, the candy that you give
Yeah.
out. And it's like such an Italian grandma thing to have a tray of those. But I was there, and I just started laughing. And with the sun beating down in the afternoon, I started to think about how it must have felt like home in that courtyard there, because it's very narrow street, like in Italy, and there's wonderful lush green, and the flowers in the summertime. And so I started to research Sassano, and had this idea about putting up an image of Susano, and Maria responded to a Facebook question that I threw out there about looking for artists. Several people recommended her, and it kind of went from there.
And it's so funny to me because I paint so small
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
to go to such an extreme of painting like this huge garage wall. But yeah, I do.
That's awesome.
I've done a
It's
few
so
murals
funny.
and then
Yeah.
the tiny paintings, and that's it.
What was the turnaround like from start to finish?
It took me 10 days, and I was there 8 hours a day about
Wow.
working on it. I was just trying to get it done
She
as
like
quickly
set
as
up
I
shop,
could.
and she would have her ladder out there,
Yeah.
and
There
you know,
were
it
some
was sweltering
casualties.
heat, and she was crushing it. It looked every time I came by, I was like, I would send her back. She'd send me pictures, and my mouth would drop, and then I'd send her pictures that I would take, and it's phenomenal what it looks like.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really
So,
awesome.
I maybe this is a dumb question, but like, what type of paint did you use? Like, what was the process of like getting everything together, like all the supplies, and then?
Yeah, so this was my first mural outside, and I was like a little nervous about that because I wanted to hold up in the weather and
Yeah.
everything, like being in Jersey. So I did my research talking to a few other local artists around the Keyport area, and I wound up using like exterior house paint to prime it.
Mm.
And then I painted everything in acrylic like I normally would, and then I sealed it with another like exterior varnish. just
So like
to
those big
hold it down.
5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
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 And did you use a roller or a
Yes,
brush?
roller.
Very
Mm-hmm.
nice.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
So I started by like, Anthony sent me a bunch of pictures of the town, like from
Mhm.
Google Earth. And we kind of just like roamed the town and tried to find like the village center and like the perfect view of what you would see, like if you were walking around in his family's town. And we decided on the one, and then I had to grid it. So I had to measure it out and be like, okay, if I'm doing it this size, like what does that equate to?
Mhm.
And I had to like use painter's tape to grid out the whole wall and figure it out. And then I just sketched it. I didn't use like a projector or anything. Just wanted to like get right in there and like
I didn't even
from
think
my
about
view.
that.
Because it's such a narrow
That's what was
alleyway,
cool
you
to
couldn't
see.
do that even if
Yeah.
I wanted to. Yeah. What was that, Anthony?
That was what was really cool to see, was that Maria did this like grid, so you're thinking, okay, it's very calculated, and it was in regards to that she had this grid, but then she freehand in between the grid, So it was like, this is crazy. Like she's got it blocked off, but then in her head, she's still got to freehand it and connect it to where it needs to go in that next square.
It's like
So to come back every day
into shapes.
and see her do that, and then what you really can't appreciate in a photograph, but you have to appreciate it there, is like it looks, there's depth to it. Like when you're inside and you look out, like the mountains look like they're different distances away from each other, and the rocks look like they're like 3-dimensional. It's really, really cool.
Hey, thanks.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to go down there and check that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Where are you like located from? Like,
I'm in Aberdeen.
okay. There's a lot of like wall art in downtown Tom's River, where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
You ever see like
yeah,
you know,
they're
Check
really
it
cool.
out.
Like there's a fish really
Yeah.
on the one where
Yeah.
the coffee shop is, and then there's like an alleyway where it kind of shows like the history of Tom's River in progression, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
There's a bunch
they
around
did a
here,
whole
too.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like a
there's
big
a lot.
movement. Keyport has like
Mhm.
all of these artists coming in and doing murals all over their walls. And then I just got contacted by a lady out in Nazareth, PA.
Mhm.
She has a shop called The Curious Plantaholic, and it's like all these like really hard to find plants and things. And I might be doing a mural for her because there's an art movement there, and the town's paying for people to
Oh,
come
that's
in and
awesome.
do murals in that area.
hard to
too.
find
It's
plants.
neat. Yeah.
So before it was legalized, could you find a marijuana plant?
Good question.
Maybe some clones.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jersey City has a lot of wall art
Yes,
too.
I just went to the mural festival.
Oh,
My,
wow, that's awesome.
cousin was one of the ones who had that up.
That's
he was
yeah.
running that.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool to go to. I
You can
wish I-
still go see it. It's
Mhm.
Moishi's Movers is the name of the company, and this guy just like really loves the arts, and he donated all of his buildings to be painted on. So it's this whole little like downtown
Oh, that's pretty
section.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
really
see
cool.
that. I know, like driving in, you see, fucking who is it?
Bowie.
Bowie. Yeah.
Yep, I just passed it on
Yeah,
Sunday.
and that's
going into the
huge.
city. Yeah, it's
Um,
really cool.
It's always something to
Mhm.
look at.
I see those moving trucks all over the place. I work in the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have
They're-
billboards everywhere.
Yeah,
and
all over the place.
yeah.
And I didn't know how to say it until just now.
Moishi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great though. You have to check it out.
Yeah, but definitely. We're gonna do a road trip podcast of Boston, Jersey City.
And that's it.
I don't know.
There we go.
I don't know.
Keep going.
You could- you-
I guess
you-
I'm the captain. I'm planning this whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not even driving.
California. We're going to California.
Okay. I have nothing but
Chris
time.
says, yeah, I know.
I have nothing but
He's
time.
asked me to do cross country, get an RV with like.
I mean, maybe it'll take 4 years.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll take 4 years
not
to
gonna
get
be
him, to
tomorrow.
convince him to do it.
I mean, that seems to
I'm
be the
down.
running. Like
I'm down. I'm like for real down.
All right, well then we'll go when the summer's over.
All right. Well, how long is that going to take? Like 2 weeks and what?
10 days at least.
Yeah.
At least. So I want to stop at like the weird, like the giant rubber
yeah,
band ball.
You have to.
I want to see
That's what
like
I wanna
the
do.
Cadillacs in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the giant dinosaur.
We're gonna have to like
Yeah.
plan like a Tesla stop, but for weed.
Wait, what?
They might have apps for that. Don't you feel like?
I'm sure.
I'm so confused.
What states and what's the best dispensaries for each state?
Unbelievable.
And if they don't, there you go.
Yeah, Chris and I like our idea of hanging out is smoking in local parking lots. Kind of.
I'm lame. I don't go out anymore. Like I turned 42 and I'm like, yeah, I'm 80.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been that since I turned like 22.
It's
yeah.
very Jay and Silent Bob esque. Thanks for calling in. That's a pretty touching story in a way. I know that there's gonna be, unfortunately, a time where I have to clean out like my current house where my grandmother resides, like where she's at, and
Yeah.
she's just kind of stored everybody's information from the family in the
Yeah.
house, whether it be photos, whether it's like just memorabilia and like things that they've had and were personal to them. And it's kind of cool to like be in the life of that person and almost like a historian of
Yeah.
the family.
It's pretty neat.
I'm not laughing. at you.
Yeah, that's kind of been. Yeah, that's what's been kind of cool is piecing this together. There were 11 children, and so these are my grandfather's, brothers and sisters, and this was his parents' house. So it's stuff from, when they first came over from Italy in 1895. So it's not just cleaning out a grandparent or, my great aunt's stuff. There's stuff from there, that's in there. And then stuff from the house. The house was built in 1901. So when we renovate something like take down a plaster ceiling or something like that and replace it with sheetrock,
Yeah.
there are things that literally fall out of the ceiling. And we found letters from 1912. We found
Yeah.
bottles from, the early 1900s and trunks and all these different cool
Yeah.
artifacts that you kind of go through the census and you go through, the newspaper from the time period and see like who was staying here, what was this place used for, and it's very fascinating stuff.
You ever run into like stored bottles of alcohol,
I was thinking
like
that
in the
too.
masses?
Like prohibition.
Mhm.
I was thinking
No,
cash.
nothing. There wasn't no bottles of alcohol, but there were bottles of like. It looks like it was some kind of medicine or whatever at the time. I mean, there could have been alcohol in them as well, but
Yeah.
Did you try
we
it?
found
Like-
some old like medicinal bottle.
That's cool. Yeah, and there's like doctors at the time too had like large equipment, and there was house calls and stuff like that too. So seeing old medical devices is kind of cool
Yeah.
and creepy in a way.
Creepy.
Yeah,
Love it,
yeah.
It's definitely creepy.
That
All
is
these
back then.
stories, though, like that's why I wanted to do the painting. When he was
Yeah.
talking to me about all this, I'm like, oh, that's neat. Like I feel like there's so much history here, and me painting it, like bringing it to life for the
Yeah.
family. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool, it's a two-family house. So the family lived on one side, but when it was originally built, it was built in 1901 because the Eisner factory was built right down the street here. So there were factory workers, and it actually was used essentially as a Airbnb. They had daily and weekly rentals going on in this house.
That's cool.
And then at another point, someone was running a taxi cab out of one side. And so, we did the decor on one side like a speakeasy because we, believed that it was probably used as a speakeasy, at some point back in the day. And there was, they were running a taxi service. It was like a little hotel. So it's right by the train station. Anything goes in the early 1900s, it's like the Wild West. So who knows what was going on in there.
That's cool. That's really interesting.
Yeah, this is Oakland Street in Red Bank. So
I hope when, like, hundreds of years from now, if my house is still standing that I live in right now, when somebody learns and, like, digs up the files of the history of the house, they'll be like, oh, this is where Ryan fell asleep and had his whole body sunburned. Like, very specific facts of,
you have
like,
to leave like a time capsule
yeah,
for
did you
that or
document
something.
that was a very descriptive history of the house, and it's cool when people know that, because a lot of people just buy their house and live in it, and like the people that were there before you, they also were real people and they had like a life, and it's kind of
It's part of the
you get to
house.
see
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it. Yeah.
You get to see the lineage of the house.
Mhm.
What all went
Yeah,
through.
it's been cool, like, during COVID to just get lost in, like, talk about going a left turn and going down a rabbit hole. This has been a rabbit hole of so many different dimensions, in regards to my own personal, family history and beliefs, the history of the town of Red Bank, but also the history of Sasano and how, this group of people that, lived in this village all kind of left together. And they all lived in this little corridor together, and, everyone was kind of related, and just really cool stuff digging into the history. I love that kind of stuff. So, yeah, to be able to carry it on, and it's like, yeah, we could level this house if we wanted to and build a 50-foot building here, but it just, at least for right now, didn't seem like it was the right move, and so we've just kind of been following our heart through this project as we discover it, and Maria's added so much to that by having this beautiful mural connecting back to what we researched. So there's a cohesiveness.
Totally.
Cool. I respect that. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your story. I don't know what that was. We really appreciate that. You took the time to kind of hang out with us for a little bit, and you dealt with our bullshit.
Yeah,
and
no
our
problem.
side
Thanks so
rants.
much for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Thank you so much.
All
Enjoy the
good,
rest of
guys.
your day. That was fun. I guess my ADD really kicked in hard. And I started laughing at something completely off topic when you were explaining like your grandma stuff, like your grandma's house.
Yeah.
I wasn't laughing at you.
We
and
were trying to
grandma.
figure out the best way to deliver a bottle of water across the gap.
I
And
saw
I
that.
couldn't believe that I caught it the way
Yeah,
I
that was
caught it.
pretty
I saw the whole
impressive.
thing.
I saw it.
I'm like,
yeah.
how do we go
So-
about this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
wasn't-
realize what happened until after the fact. Otherwise, I would have went like this, like two.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
do you want? I can grab you a water.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thanks.
Just don't make me press buttons. While
Yeah, I
we-
wasn't laughing at your grandma.
Second intro.
Do it again. Do it again. That was
Yeah.
that was a practice run.
Yeah, we're gonna also launch.
Scary. Yeah, I wasn't laughing at your grandma or Anthony at all. It was just
Ginger Willie.
Ginger Willie. I
Shout
love
out.
Ginger Willie. She's
That
our
was-
biggest
She's like
fan.
our biggest supporter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's awesome. But anyway, enough about us and our bullshit. Let's get back to you. More of these mini paintings. So
Also one of my favorite albums.
Yes.
Me too.
Love
That's
that
why. So
album.
these
Did
are
I miss
actually
something?
my
The
personal
brand new one.
Yeah, Deja.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
one
was
of
like,
my
wait,
favorite
what?
albums as well.
Yeah.
That's why I painted it. So these are ones that I'm keeping and will never sell. Like,
Ah,
that's
gotcha.
my collection. Just because it was my first one, like that means a lot to me. Favorite album, favorite shoes I wore in high school. You know, everything else I didn't really have much to bring into you because it's all like one and done type things.
Mhm.
People send me their photographs and I recreate it as best as I can, and then it goes on its way.
And aside from like Instagram, where can they find you and like get
Yeah.
these things?
So I have a website, mariachamra.com, and you can place your orders there or through Instagram. I'm usually more active on that. But yeah, it's just word of mouth.
Mhm.
People find me through, oh, my friend had one done and I really liked it. They're so cute. And
Yeah,
I really
Yeah.
like the painting you did of Chuck and his son.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, that came out killer. That came out
Thanks
so
much.
good.
Yeah.
That was awesome. You're
Those are
super
like
talented.
my favorite ones to do, portraits. They're the hardest, but like it's just,
Challenge.
yeah, a challenge of it.
I'm like
Mhm.
racking my brain of like, oh, I want one. I don't know what I want.
I just
of.
finished one yesterday. It was like an engagement shot.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, that the sister got for the girl getting married. It's usually sweet little things like that.
Mhm.
and important moments.
It's really cool. What?
So Chris and I are, or Ash's hair, sorry, Um, planning on getting a billboard,
Okay.
and we want to get a photo in front of the billboard.
Okay.
Can we get a painting of that?
A painting of a photo in front of a billboard.
Mhm.
Ooh, I like that. Absolutely.
It's very like
It's like a
Inception.
dream within
Yeah.
a dream.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
totally.
That'd be neat. So we're gonna post the link to your website and your Instagram
Yeah.
in the description, and I'm definitely will be in touch
Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
I can't draw a straight line. I can't draw circles. So this like really blows my mind.
we
And the
should have
thing
been
for me
prepared with a
is,
pen and
like-
paper to do like a drawing contest
Oh,
of Chris and I.
We have the whiteboards.
You could do it right
Oh
now.
I have
It's like
whiteboards.
Pictionary. Let's go.
Yeah,
Alright, hold on.
whiteboards
Alright, hold
or
on.
the dinosaur notebook, but I think the whiteboards. will
Both
be
of you
fun.
guys like pepped up real quick.
Oh,
for
yeah,
this
'cause
one.
I know
like,
we're
oh,
like, yes.
The
So
Dollar
our-
Tree
our-
whiteboards.
our Disney
it's
whiteboards.
Perfect.
Disney
Should we give
whiteboards.
them a subject matter? What do you
Ooh,
think?
yeah.
Like,
Oh man, so it's me
Right?
versus Ryan. Oh, this
Yeah.
isn't gonna bode well.
Shit.
I love this.
This isn't gonna go well. I
You might
really
need to add some water to that. Oh no, you're good.
yeah. it's
That's
okay.
spit
the
on it.
cheap dry erase
That's what she
board.
said.
No,
Yeah.
just all right.
okay.
Okay. What should I draw? What should we draw?
Cheers.
You choose the
Cheers,
subject
sir.
matter.
I
That's
mean,
all.
I'm looking around and I keep seeing all these wolf knife things. How about a wolf?
Yes.
Great.
This is gonna
good.
be so bad.
Yeah. We should have
Hey,
done
wait
that.
a second.
All right, no cheat, no cheat, no
I mean, you
cheat.
can just look up. It's right there too.
Yeah,
though,
sure.
so.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
drawing the wolf
So-
knife. Shout out Jason Ellis.
So are you gonna draw just the head? I'm gonna draw a full on wolf
The
body.
knives.
I'm gonna draw a full on. Oh, I don't know.
But what's your angle? Like, are you going like head on or
You can
sideways?
do whatever you
or-
want. It's your
Yeah, it's art, man.
perspective.
It's subjective, man.
Fuck this, dude.
Do we have like some Jeopardy music or something?
We can
that
play it at
happen?
yeah. We'll put it in the post. I'll put some fun elevator music behind this, or like really just doom and gloom kind of music because that's kind
I'm
of
all
what
about that.
might occur here. There's a piece on YouTube Music that sounds a little bit like oh gosh, what is it called from Star Wars? The doon doon. I don't want to
Oh.
keep doing it, but because of YouTube monetization, but it sounds similar to that.
Oh, yes, perfect.
Yeah.
I always pictured walking down the aisle to that song.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Hmm.
I've always chosen music from Phantom of the Opera because I'm a musical nerd.
So mine's looking more like a fox, I think.
I mean, at least you're in
Same
the same family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, this is embarrassing. This is
It's like a dinosaur.
So excited.
I don't know. That's not so bad. You got
Oh
it.
my
I see the
God.
fur happening.
I'm looking at your website right now. I really love the ring pop ones.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
know why
I went
just-
through a phase of ring pops again. I don't know what it was. It just reminded me of like the ice cream truck coming around, and I always got
Yeah.
a ring pop.
Oh, the loom. That's so cool.
So that's like a photo I took when I studied in Paris. I've been taking a lot of my actual photos and trying to.
Art is in the
replicate
eye of the
them.
beholder. Okay.
Yes. But also, we're going to be, judging it. So,
I mean, I appreciate that you guys are like really focusing in
We're
on
trying.
This
This is
You're trying
like
hard.
Chris and I just like preschool habits. Just
I'm a Neanderthal.
yeah.
23andMe says so.
Ooh. Hey, he's about to howl at the moon.
Yes. Background.
Yeah, I
like
didn't do
Yours
background.
looks a little more rabid.
What the hell is even that?
Maybe.
It's a-
the hair standing up.
I back that. I back that 100%.
yeah.
I back
Yeah.
that.
Cool.
It's my wolf.
Amazing.
That's my wolf.
I also, yours only has 2 legs.
They're
They're
behind
hidden
each other.
behind,
Together.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's
thank
stacked
you.
together.
Thanks,
I
yeah.
knew what
See,
you
I
meant.
drew
will say,
perception.
Yours
like-
is walking.
yeah, I do
in
like the-
movement.
I don't know if it's
Yeah.
correct in the movements. Like
Mhm.
maybe he has 2 left legs forward, but who knows?
Whatever.
I'm
First-
watching Ash walk
He
around.
has 2 left legs forward. Okay. All right.
That's
So you get to choose a winner. Not that there's anything, no prizes
They
today.
both win.
I know.
both win.
Participation
Trophies for
trophies.
everybody.
You know what? I want to see your wolf.
Oh no! Too much pressure. I'll paint
You
one,
can
though,
find
if
the
you want
wolf
one.
on a miniature canvas, and you can find it if you go on the website and order one. I used to draw as a child. Like my first real job that I've ever wanted to do was animation for Disney.
Oh, well, that's good. What
Uh,
happened? Why didn't you follow that?
I got more into like skateboarding and music, and that was
Mhm.
kind of like that was like later on in high school. 17 was the first time I smoked pot.
I really like that a lot of these episodes of Recent have turned into therapy sessions for Ryan.
I always do that though. I'll always turn the conversation
The chia
it turns
pet,
into
and
that.
there was
Trying to
something
make it
else.
relatable.
Yeah. No, I don't mean that sarcastically. I meant
Yeah.
that truthfully and honestly.
I want the audience to know who I am. There's no blanket.
Open book.
Yes.
Oh man.
He's not an open book. I know him on a personal level.
Those of you that know. It's the Gemini in me. It's like 2 sides.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I've painted a few skateboards too, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
skateboards
Krusty
are
the
really cool.
Clown.
Our buddy Billy.
Yeah, he painted that. He last year?
Wow, That's
Yeah.
amazing.
mhm.
yeah.
Mm.
I don't think that's on the. Oh, it is. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can,
Okay. I just want to see if I switch the camera if you could see it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Shout out to Billy Pappas. Good dude.
yeah. Longtime friend. I went to elementary school talking about drawing. My Billy and I's story. We used to hang out. He used to live like one street over in Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So his mom or my mom would always bring us to each other's houses, and we would play Crash Bandicoot, and we
Best
would
game ever.
draw comic
Yes.
books, like multiple page
Oh,
comic
I
books, and
love
we would
that.
staple as a binder, or actually we made binders and stuff. So he was drawing at a very, very young age. Like I'm talking like 5, 6.
That was
you
me
know.
too. I used to do like fashion stuff, or
Mhm.
like I'd plot out gardens. I don't know why. I'd be
That's
like
cool.
drawing out what flowers go where, and yeah.
Like the original Farmland.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Farmland. Wow.
Farmland?
Yeah,
It's farmland.
It's a cool game.
on Facebook.
Get
Oh,
up.
Farmville?
Farmville.
Farmville, yeah.
Yeah,
I was so
Farmville.
confused.
I
Like,
knew
is there
what you
something?
meant,
Oh,
yeah.
I just thought.
No,
that might
correct
have
me
been
if I'm
another
wrong,
game.
because I never played it, but I got.
I never
I
played
did.
it
That
either,
was my
but
thought.
yeah, just like
Oh, I was addicted.
Yeah.
I
I
get
still
addicted
wanna-
to games, like especially on my phone.
I don't
it's
play games
bad.
on my phone.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not.
it's not good.
I used to do words with friends that like consumed my life for a while.
Yeah.
and then I had to stop.
I did that
I
a few
just have
times.
a TikTok addiction now. But Billy was at the shop. I get tattooed by Hans over at Fast Times there.
Okay.
I guess a little bit of everybody. Everybody's kind of, it's going to sound fucked up, dipped into me.
That's what she said.
I just didn't have the
Word choice.
yeah,
really.
whatever. That's a button.
That's a button.
Um,
I want the timestamp.
So I would see Billy in passing, but after it being years
44
of not seeing each other for so long, because I moved from Jackson, like he was like a childhood friend, and then
Yeah.
I grew up and had other friends and a whole nother life,
course.
and there Billy is with tattoos, and here I am with tattoos, and we both have like if you want to call this a beard, but like, you know, facial hair. His is way better than mine. And then I hear his name at the shop one day, and I'm like, no fucking way, dude. I've been like passing you, like saying hello, giving you the nod, and we didn't even know.
Wow,
Yeah.
you changed that much.
I actually remember that day.
He
I was at
tattooed
the
this
shop with you.
paper airplane on me
love
because
that.
that was the immediate tattoo.
Wow.
And it's because we go way back, like
Cool
to
story.
like drawing on paper in like
Yeah.
lined paper. Yeah.
So you're like reconnected now?
Yes.
Is there should I not have my elbows on the table?
My grandma would slap you.
It's not the dinner table.
Yeah.
that
rules
I mean,
for all
it was at one point
It
a dinner
was.
table.
But not currently.
But then I
No.
drilled holes all over it. and- I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See, now you got me feeling all kinds of weird.
I was just fucking with you.
But that was twice. You checked me twice on it.
Just trying to get you. So like.
Nah, you got to wake up pretty early in the morning.
Today's not the day.
Yeah, definitely not today.
No,
Definitely not today.
I slept in.
Again, thank you so very much.
Thank you guys.
We're going to put everything, all her information in the description below. Check her out, Maria Chamra Art. Yeah,
Instagram, Facebook, website.
she's everywhere. She's on social media.
And stay clouded.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See you next time. Stay clouded.
Connect with the Two Clouded Mind Show. Follow them on Instagram and TikTok at @the__clouded_minds_show, at @2clouded on Twitter, and the Two Clouded Mind Show on Facebook. Get the Two Clouded Mind Show podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and of course, subscribe to their YouTube channel and hit that notification bell.